can't coordinate, but we can help support candidates. That's a huge benefit of the PAC. And the other thing is, again, we can go quicker. The Libertarian National Committee, it's a slow, ponderous, awful process. Kind of like Congress. Maybe that's a good idea. Because probably the more important thing is what they do over the long term rather than the short term. Although, maybe they could be better on the short term too. But again, by its process, it's a national party. It's 50 states. It's different individuals. It's different philosophies on how you do things, trying to get something together. Well, PAC, we can be focused. That's a benefit of it, and you should look into that to do that. The other thing that's a benefit of PACs is we're not a county party. We're not a national party. We're not a state party. Atlas Liberty, for libertarians, Atlas, yeah, that's great. Liberty, great, LNC, boo, that's the natural way people do things. So we can have a better, it's easier for us to sometimes raise money and get things done when it comes to our narrow focus. So that's another benefit of political action committees. In Indiana, you could have the other thing that's a benefit of political action committees is you can be more focused. You can be the I don't know how to libertarian, but let's just say in Indiana you could have the Atlas Environmental PAC. That's a libertarian PAC and approaching environmental issues, which many of us have strong feelings about it. And how you do it, that's different than what the common wisdom is. You can promote environmental issues through there. You can target people environmental. You've got that nice little environmental in your name, and people are going to be more receptive to you. But if you go, hey, can you give, $25 to the Libertarian Party of Allen County? Oh, heck no, you're an evil political party. Hey, I've got a PAC who support candidates who support environmental issues. It's called Atlas Environmental. They go, oh, here's $25. I like your ideas on environmental stuff. Again, it's another mechanism to work things, to get things and to get support. I'm a big believer that no one gives money unless they want to. But they oftentimes don't give money when they really would want to because of misconceptions, such as you're an evil political party. But if you're a PAC, maybe you're not. And you may be more receptive, so you can get support for these niche things that way. Now, a bunch of us started Atlas Liberty PAC after the Portland Convention in 2004, I think, or 2006. It's been a long time ago. 2006. And we looked at the landscape of the Libertarian Party. What a concept, okay? Not knocking anybody in the past, but we did that. We sat back and said, okay, a whole bunch of us, probably who helped put it together, maybe 30 years combined on the LNC, the Libertarian National Committee together, and said, okay, we've had a good time, we've had some bad times. Overall, we've really enjoyed it, but it's time to step aside. What can we do with our wisdom or experience, or whatever you want to call it? And what should we do? So we stepped aside. And we looked at it and we went, we've got an awful lot of good libertarians out there. Awful lot of good libertarians. Running for office. People who should be in office. Jack, you should be in office. That's my opinion. I believe that. Doug, you should be. All of you should be. You do a great job. But you've got to get elected or appointed to change government in a libertarian fashion. Why isn't this happening?
Money.
That's one thing. Very good. Very good. Why is it that we don't have a lot of money?
We don't ask for it.
Oh, you have been through campaign elections training as an Atlas Liberty Scholarship. It worked. Our money was well invested. Very good. Okay? We don't ask for it. Why don't we ask for it? Many reasons. But I want to tell you one major reason that we identified. No one really knows how to do it, and unless there's very few people where it comes naturally to, like a lot of things. I mean, quite frankly, I couldn't go in the courtroom and do what I do as a litigator in first grade. I had to go through 12 years of public imprisonment, no, I mean, I went through 12 years of school, 13 of kindergarten, 4 years of college, worked on a master's for a year, and 3 years of law school. All that helped me get to the point where I could actually start being halfway competent eventually in a courtroom. What did I just talk about? I just talked about training, learning how to do it, getting it done. So even though we're a PAC, and a PAC has a lot of benefits because ultimately we can give a lot of money to candidates, but we can do something through the PAC to get ready to do the PAC's mission, which is elect libertarians. So the first thing we decided is if we're going to elect libertarians, we've got to have people who know how to do it. And to get people to know how to do it, you have to train them. Not because they're not competent. In fact, we have tons of competent people. We have tons of untrained people. So in 2007, we sent 4 people to Campaigns and Elections seminar in Washington, D.C. It's held in June. It's a great program. It's about 3 or 4 days. Some of the best political consultants. These are people who help get Democrats and Republicans elected, are there on all types of programs, basically on how to run campaigns, how to raise money, how to, I'll use the word because libertarians are taking it, manipulate the media, okay? By manipulation, you know, I mean, tell them what your view is. If you don't tell them what it is, you can't get them to do it and print it unless they know about it. And so that's what we did by having people go to this training and to help pay them, and I hate to use the evil word subsidize, but it's expensive. And that's a good use of money. So we've raised money to help get people there. In 2007, we paid for the registration fee. In 2008, we sent a whole bunch more people, about 10 or 11 people. And we paid for a lot more. A stipend on travel, the registration fee, their hotel, all making it more easier for really wonderful people to get the training. If you look at this thing that I passed out here, here are the people who are awarded scholarships. 2 of them could not do it and take advantage of it on this. So these are the type of people that we were sending there. If you look, they're from all across the country. They've already got a little bit of a libertarian resume. And these are people who should be out there learning how do you get people elected. How do you do the fundraising? These are people being trained to do that. And most of them have gone out and used what they learned to do that. And they learned an awful lot. And they saw an awful lot. And so that's really one of the missions of Atlas Liberty PAC right now is to do that. Now in 2010, I don't think we're going to be sending anybody. We're working on a huge project basically to gear up our fundraising. And that's taking a lot of time to get that done. But I hope that with the fundraising as it gets improved and as we get more money in, we'll be able to send more people. Now, isn't that an interesting concept though, the training? That's one thing that we observed about it, is about the Libertarian Party, is that they didn't know how to get elected. How many of you are familiar with Politics Magazine? Most of you are, okay? How many try to read it as often as they possibly can? Okay. Politics Magazine is a magazine put out by Campaigns and Election. It used to be called Campaigns and Election, but now it's called Politics Magazine. They're the people who do this training, this seminar. That tells you every month you can read it and find out tips from people about how you get people elected, what you do to get people elected. And these are people who are experienced, who have learned the hard way. Sometimes they've been lucky. And you can take advantage by that by doing something like Politics Magazine and looking at it. That's part of the training that you need to do. Here's the other thing, though, and this is part of the mission of Atlas Liberty PAC right now. Again, our ultimate mission is we'll have a lot of trained people out there. We'll see a lot